Well, welcome to my channel, welcome to Club Fed. I did 4 years in prison and I'm still not dead. Subscribe to the channel and give it a like. And share this video with someone tonight, yeah. Hi, I'm Sean. Welcome back to my channel, Club Fed True Stories. I haven't made a video all week, and maybe I've had writer's block. I don't know. I noticed I just hit 900 subscribers, and I need to do a video. So, I've done like 60 of these things, and I don't know. I just all week long. I don't know, but I need to get back into these videos. I'm getting people asking me like, where are you? I guess I got viewers out there. So, I decided I'm gonna grab my honey bun, and I'm gonna grab a soup. I got a soup. I got a soup and a honey bun. You can see it here, and I'm gonna tell you guys a story on what goes on at a federal prison camp, because I did 52 months at a federal prison camp in Florence, Colorado for wire fraud, guys. And I call it Club Fed. It's not a country club, but the jails that I had been in, prior to ever going to prison, and where I've lived all over my life, and I've even been homeless and stuff. So when I got there, to me, it was Club Fed, and a lot of guys will disagree with that. But I mean, we had lots of programs. We had a track on a field, and we had volleyball and bocce ball and basketball and tennis and racquetball and all, pool tables and a music room. I even had a rock band, and we could come when you're at a camp. There's no fences, and you can leave the camp anytime you want. You can walk to town. I mean, they'll catch you, and then they'll put you in a low or a medium. But camps are nonviolent people, nonviolent criminals, nonviolent personalities even, too. Yeah, there's some tough guys there, but not a lot of fights unless you owe money for gambling, or if you snitch on somebody with a cell phone or something, you'll get beat up. But I've never seen anybody get stabbed or shanked. I mean, there's weapons all over the place. I mean, there's big giant rocks everywhere, and if you wanted a weapon at a camp, it's everywhere. Yeah. People get beat up when they owe money, and when they gamble, they owe thousands of dollars for gambling. And that's what really happens. And there's not a lot of politics. You don't got to show your paperwork. So they don't allow chomos or chesters in a camp. So we don't have any of that there. So these USPs and all that, penitentiaries, they want to check your paperwork and make sure you're not a child molester. And we don't have them in a camp, so that's a good thing. And as far as snitching, it's white collar guys. You know what I mean? Most of these guys are probably told on their whole office before they got there. But when they get to camp, it's a different thing. So I was what you call a leader role. I had people underneath me, so I had a few people telling me, and they got less time, and it is what it is. One of them was my ex-girlfriend. And I'm not mad today. She did what she had to do. Anyways, I did my time. Now at a camp, today I'm talking about lockdowns in the other prisons. So a camp is kind of a work camp. So most of the guys have a job, and they start you at 12 cents an hour. And I worked at the Supermax, so I did a bunch of videos talking about it. A culinary school at the Supermax. I also worked at food service. Yeah, we fed the Unabomber and El Chapo and all those terrorists, and I worked on the line feeding those guys. And I also did a culinary school before that, which is inside of the Supermax. And at the camp, we're allowed to come in and out of the front door, the same door that the guards come in and go, and we can walk out in the parking lot, and we can walk pretty much down to the road. You can't go on the road, but you can walk. It's a pretty big campus. And even outside, you can walk through the parking lot where all the guards park their cars. You can sit right next to their car. It's amazing that the freedom that they give us. But I had to go to work every day at the Supermax. So they have inmates that drive vans around. Some of the inmates take guys to the bus station every day when they're getting released. And they even drive the guys from the USP and the Medium, even the Supermax. Some of those guys get out, and an inmate from the camp will drive them to the bus station. So let me show you here, share little videos here. I got some clips. So the USP Florence is a place where I had to go work when they went on lockdown. So what happened? So this is a grid of the of where I was at. It's a complex. You see four different areas here. To the bottom left is the camp. Then you had FCI, or also known as a medium. Then you had the USP, or the penitentiary. Then you had the Supermax. So we had four complexes. There's also a training center that's a little bit further off the map there. So what happens when these other places like FCI Florence and the USP, when they have a fight, when they shank somebody, when they go on lockdown, guess what? Guess who has to feed them? Because they take all those inmates and they lock them all down in their cell, and nobody gets out, and all the jobs that they normally do, because the USP and the lows and the mediums, those inmates have jobs too. They'll do laundry, they'll do food service, they'll do maintenance around there, things like that. Well, everybody gets locked down. Then they call us campers, and they make us go over there and work. And a lot of us campers already have jobs. So my first year, I didn't have to go work the lockdowns because I was already working at the Supermax. My second year in there, I started RDAP, and I also worked at the Supermax. So I did RDAP in the morning from like 7 to 11, and then at 11, I went to the Supermax, and I worked till like 6 o'clock. And I started my day. I got up at 5:30 in the morning, and I had a long day. Now, when you go to RDAP, there's 3 different phases. Now, phase 1 is required to work lockdown when the penitentiary or the medium, when they shank somebody, or whatever, they have a fight, they push a guard, whatever. When they go on lockdown, we have to go work on the weekends and holidays. And just so happened, as soon as I started RDAP, over at the USP, somebody shanked somebody. Somebody got shanked, and so they locked everybody down. And they called us over to go to work. So here's what happened. Here's how it is. I'm just winging this story, guys, but this is a true story. So after I work my 9-10 hour days from Monday through Friday, Saturday comes, and they're on the speaker, and they're calling all the guys from RDAP to go over to work at the penitentiary. So, and I knew it was coming. So because we heard that we can hear all the alarms and everything. So I got to dress up in my greens and my steel toe boots and everything. And there was like 30 of us. So we all go to what we call the bubble. It's the main entrance of our camp. And one of the guards comes out, and he gathers us all up, and he says, you guys got to get in the van. Again, an inmate's driving us over there, and there's 10 people in the van, so it's 3 trips. And he drives us over to the USP, and we're there. Now it's like 6:20 a.m., and we're sitting in the lobby, and one of the guards at the USP comes out, and he goes, hey, you guys are my lockdown crew. He goes, well, what we're going to do today is we got like 800 inmates here. You guys are going to make their breakfast, their lunch, their dinner, but first, they've trashed the place, so we're going to need you to do some cleanup. And we got lots of trash cans for you guys, and we're going to have you guys empty all the trash. We're going to have you guys clean the buildings that they thrashed, and then we're going to make 800 bag breakfasts, 800 bologna sandwich lunches, and 800 bologna sandwich dinners. So I got a picture of contraband here, so this should came up a little later, because when these guys are on lockdown, so they're going to lock them down for about a month, maybe 2 months. And during that time, they're going to shake down every cell that they could possibly find, and they are going to come up with all this contraband that they found, and my pictures aren't working here. So they're going to shake them all down, and this takes another month or two. They got to do every single cell to USB, and then when that's all done, if they're on good behavior, they'll put them on a modified lockdown, and some of the inmates will get out to go work in the kitchen. In the meantime, we are making 800 bologna sandwiches for lunch, 800 bologna sandwiches for dinner, and for breakfast, they got maybe cornflakes that go in a little plastic baggie with a milk and a banana, and that's all they get. So I got these pictures of these food carts, so we got to fill all these food carts up. Food cart, I was supposed to show you these pictures after. But anyway, here's the bologna sandwiches. I mean, we had to make thousands and thousands of bologna sandwiches. You got one guy's just slicing the bologna up, this big giant, we used to call them whale dicks because it looked like a big dick from a whale. And you slice it up, and one guy's opening up bread. I think they got a slice of cheese sometimes. Mayonnaise packets, if they're lucky, they get a bag of chips. Maybe they get some celery, and that's about it. And for at least a month, they're going to eat bologna sandwiches for lunch and dinner, and cereal for breakfast. After about a month, they start giving them a hot dinner, and then they get the bologna sandwiches if they're on good behavior. And in the meantime, so we start at 6 a.m. in the morning, and we're not done till 6 or 7 o'clock at night. I mean, we're 12, 13, 14-hour days, and I'm already doing 9, 10-hour days during the week, and now I got to work the weekends, and I'm tired, man. And then they want half the people to stay and then empty all the trash, and we got to go around this whole penitentiary to every cell. The guys are locked up in their wings and their ranges and stuff, but all the trash cans are out there, and we got to empty all the trash. And sometimes we're not back till 8 o'clock at night. And I did this, and 2 or 3 months went by, and guess what happened? Just before it ended, the medium had a lockdown. Now we got 2 prisons doing it. And funny thing is, so you know what? I heard the reason that the USP went on lockdown is because somebody's bitch. So how did it go? There was the blacks had a transgender bitch that they were selling for sex, and a guy refused to pay, or he got in debt, and he owed money for they prostituted this transgender guy out or whatever, and the guy refused to pay, and then he stabbed their bitch, and that was their money ticket, and that just caused a whole fight. And then at the medium, it was some race war there. It was something to do with the Mexicans and Norteños, and I don't know. That one just was a straight up Hispanic race war. That was like a normal one, and somebody got shanked. But that USP one was funny. So just as I thought I'm going to be done with the USP, I got to go work at the medium. So here's where I was showing you all these carts. So my first day, I come up with this idea. So there's all these food carts that they use. So like this. So my first day at the medium, I don't want to work, right? And they got all these carts laid out. There must have been, I don't know how many, 30 of them. And you see how big this one is? So we had to push these carts. And they're scattered all over the complex. And I got a guy behind me. And he's really ready to go. And he's pushing the cart. And I'm in the front pulling it. And the wheel... And the cart went over my leg. The cart went over my leg, and it didn't hurt, but I pretended it hurt so I could get out of work. And what do? They call the doctor. They call the doctor, and doctor comes over and he looks at my leg, and I'm so, it hurts. And he's going, well, I don't see any bones sticking out or anything, and I think you're going to be able to work. So, and everybody had seen this cart run over my leg. I thought I was going to get out of work. I didn't get out of work, but I'm still limping. I'm pretending. And so when I get to the food service area, the guard who runs the place, he tells me he's going to give me light duty work, and that I can just I can sit. I don't have to stand on the line, and he's going to let me do bread. Here's all that bologna, man. So there's a thing right here I got. It's called a sealer. So I had to take the bread and seal it in a bag. Let me see if I got the picture of it. Oh, here's the wheel that ran over my leg. I got these pictures all wrong. But anyways, guys, I'm just doing a slideshow for you. So this is the compound again. Anyway, so I didn't have to work on this big line here of all this production like these guys did. But this cart, man, oh man, we had to fill these carts up every day. There was, God, 1,400 inmates at the medium at the time. So now we're making 1,400 bologna sandwiches. Oh, this is you see all these cell phones here? This is normal at a camp. When they do a lockdown, when they do a shakedown at the camp, man, I remember one time they found like this many. They found like 30, 40 phones in one sweep. They were all hidden under chairs in the TV room. Shanks like this we don't have at a camp, but this is the stuff they'll find at the USP. Here's the bread, and you see this box here has plastic bags, and then you see how the bread's sealed in the bag. So I was the guy who had to seal. I had to seal all the sandwiches and the bread once they were made up, and I got to sit. And that thing lasted 2 or 3 more months. And I'm just going to tell you. So they supposedly, and it was wintertime too. This is Florence in the winter, so it's snowing everywhere, and we're freezing out there, and we got to go empty all these trashes out in the cold and push all these carts to all the buildings and deliver everything. And guess what? They say you get $1 a day. I got, after 2 months of doing it, I finally got a $5 thing put on my account. And then after I finished the medium one, that was another 2 or 3 months. I got another $5. So for the whole deal, I got $10. And I'm just going to tell you, when these guys go on lockdown, the campers suffer. These guys have fights like this all the time. That bell was always going off. It's like finally my time ended. And they say after a year you don't have to do it anymore, but that's bullshit if there's not enough people. And all these guys come up with medical excuses why they get out. Oh, and if you have a visitor, supposedly you don't have to work the lockdown if you got a visitor. So a lot of you guys used to lie, and then they would go check in the lobby and see if you had a visitor. And some guys got thrown in the shoe for that. And it's just no way. There's no way out of it unless you got a medical excuse. So my little story is sometimes working at a camp, it can really, really suck. But I'm going to tell you, the good thing, and this was all through the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas and all this. I had to work all these weekends and holidays. And, and 10 hours Monday through Friday and 14 hours on the weekends. But you know what? Next thing you know, 6 months was gone. It was like that. It went by so fast. And I gained a lot of respect from the guys when the wheel ran over my leg and I still worked. And they didn't know I was faking it. They thought, oh yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's still gonna work with us. I never told him I was trying to get out of it. But there's a lot of good memories. We bonded together. It was the 30 of us guys that worked that line, and some of these guys watch my videos. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, man, I'm gonna. That's my little story about lockdown. I don't know. Take it for what it is. I'm interviewing a guy that did 40 years in San Quentin. Hopefully tomorrow. I got another guy from Jordan that I did time with, Salty. He's coming on hopefully this week. And I'm going to do some live stuff. And I got 900 subscribers. So when I hit 1,000, I'm going to do a video every day. And I'm going to come up with some more themes and stuff, guys. Thanks for watching all my videos. I do appreciate it. And you guys that are, awaiting prison, I know I talked, a lot of guys call me up and stuff. I just want you'll get through this, okay? Camp's not that bad. But there are times when you're going to work. You're going to work. But you guys will get through all this, man. You're going to get through this. You're going to come out on the other side. And wait till you hear this story of this guy, Ken. He did 40 years in San Quentin. He turned his life around. He's doing good now. All right? And, so anyways, thanks for watching. I'm going to put this video out. Make it real quick. Now, I'll come up with better stuff. Thanks, guys.